Hi, everyone. I haven't been on here for a while, and I'm back and plan to do more regular lives and videos for you guys. So I thought a good way to start back with things, because just to explain why, I've been a little busy with lots of different things. So I'm kind of wanting to shift back to giving you guys more content and videos and things like that. So I'm excited about that. Um, and I thought a great way to start it was to talk about struggle. Um, I've had my own struggles this past year or so, and it's actually considered, um, it's a requirement for growth and learning. And that's really exciting. And people are like, what? What do you mean? It actually, my struggle is what helps me learn. I need that to learn. Yes, you do. So we need to be in struggle in order for our brain to actually grow and the brain signals to get stronger. So the struggle actually increases the strength of the brain signals. Now there's much more deeper. This is so simplified. Me kind of reading some of the research and then, you know, making it so it's understandable for me and for you. So, but it enhances the growth of certain things so that the brain actually, the signals get stronger. And we need those signals, pardon me, to keep getting stronger, so that our knowledge, our learning is faster, right? So we can retrieve things, and the things that we know, we can retrieve them faster and use our brain more efficiently. So it creates deeper and stronger pathways, just like a kind of a rut in the road. And we want our struggles. If we work with struggle, we want it to help us get to going down the right road and creating the ruts in the right direction, right? Into positive growth instead of fighting the struggle. So it's actually the idea of creating deeper learning to master a subject. So instead of learning things on the surface, it's really digging down. And even though we're struggling, you might not get it, and it's harder and harder, and you're not sure you're good enough or whatever it may be, that you still keep learning, you still keep digging. And as you do that, the brain becomes more efficient and it gets better at whatever it is that you're working at, whatever skill, whatever knowledge, whatever area that you're working at. What happens is we kind of are on that surface level and we see that, digging down is going to take some work. And then we see others who are maybe, quote unquote, better at what we're trying to do. And then we think, oh my gosh, I'm not good at that. Or even if you think back in school, if I'm not good at, whatever subject, you don't even bother trying. So of course you're not going to get better at it. So you need to embrace it and try, and you can learn and you can get better at it. But we end up with this imposter syndrome and doubt. And I would say for both, I work with riders and with business owners and with people with life coaching in general, that we all can have imposter syndrome and doubt about, are we good enough in a certain area? I think about it in my coaching. Am I good enough? Am I as good as those others? Those other people who get on, and do their videos and do their lives or do their whatever, and they're so good at it with their writing or their talking or their whatever. Well, I can tell you this, I've been doing videos and things for several years now, and I've listened to some of my old ones. I am better at them now. And they were something that I struggled with a bit, and I still struggle with them and work on improving, but I listened to some of my old ones and I'm like, oh wow, you're just so much more relaxed at it and easier. It's easier. You're not struggling with stumbling over things, like, so there are some, the struggle has become less because I keep working through it. Right. So then when I want to improve something new, I might struggle again and maybe stumble over some things, but then I'll get better again. So what happens is when we have that feeling of imposter syndrome, we kind of back away and don't try, right? It's easy to say, I'm just not good at that, or I don't like it, and we often say we don't like it because we're not good at it. So if we're not good at something, it makes us feel bad about ourselves, or it can. So then we think, well, I'll just say I don't like it. And then that takes it away from me. It's something about whatever it is, right? in school, math or sciences or literature, reading, writing, whatever it may have been. Well, I don't like it. Then it's really not about me. It's just like, that's just not my subject. I just don't like it. So I don't have to worry about it because it's not something I choose to like. As opposed to saying, maybe I don't like it because I'm not so comfortable about it. And you know what? I am going to learn to like it. I am going to get better at it. And that's something I talk about with business people, that, there's this side of everyone in the equestrians in business, love the horse side of it, and some of the, the teaching side or different things like that, but they don't love the business side of it. And I talk about learning to love the business side of business because it's essential. You have to do it. You have to get good at it to be successful in your business. So it's important to learn to love the business side of being in business and work at it. And you're going to struggle and you're going to get better. Whatever parts of the business side that you aren't as good at, financials, marketing, anything like that, it's going to get harder. And then riding. Well, I'm not going to try that because I'm not really good at it. Well, certainly you're not going to get better at it if you don't try it. But if you keep working at it and you keep trying and you keep working and you keep working, you will get better. And so it's kind of deciding, am I going to have a fixed or a growth mindset? Am I going to decide that I think I only have, so many abilities, or I'm limited in this way, and so I'm really fixed with my mindset, and, or am I going to have a open mind which says, yeah, this is hard for me, but I'm embracing this. I can do this. I want to do this. I want to learn. I want to get better at whatever it is, whatever this is. So learning to really embrace that struggle and say, you know what? I'm embracing it, and I know it's actually good for me to embrace it, that I'm going to learn and get better in those synapses in my brain. The research has said that I'll get better when I positively embrace the struggle. So not fight against the struggle, but actually embrace it and say, you're here to help me learn. And how can I, what do I need to learn and how can I do that? And it's really quite freeing when you get that, when you think that way. You're like, wow, I have all these possibilities. I can do this. It's possible for me to get better at this. I may not be the best at it, but I can always get better and keep getting better and keep getting better and keep getting better the more I try. So just like with me doing the videos, the more I do them, the more I think of ways of improving them. The more I do my marketing, whatever it may be in my business, the better I'll get at it. And sometimes I look at it and I'm like, well, we got to tweak it or this, got to change that, play around with this a little bit. That didn't work. Okay, this did. But if I go, oh, that didn't work. Oh, I'm never going to do this again. As opposed to saying, well, that didn't work so well. What is it that I can change that'll make it go better? What were the things that went well? What are the things I need to toss out but learn from? And what will I replace them with? How will I do this differently? And I go through this all the time. And I'm working on some stuff now where I'm like, well, this is good. Parts of this are really good, but there's some things I need to change. And I've got to tap into, is it I want to change things because I'm running away from the struggle of it, or I want to change it because I realize this isn't really working and this is the learning process and I need to change it. Because sometimes we do want to say, I'm just not going to do this again because it's getting a little too hard, so let me run away. So it's making sure am I running away from something, or am I learning that this isn't working? And now I'm going to try something different. So it's learning to embrace it, and learning when you do that, it's really freeing. So like I've said, in riding or business, it can work for you. You're struggling, you're riding. We have struggles every day. And some days are better than others, right? We have struggles in life. If you can start practicing with struggle in little ways in life, little things that happen in the day that are small struggles, and start practicing that struggle muscle and make it work and grow for you so that your brain gets stronger in a smaller thing, you can practice in smaller ways. And that's even a way of working through struggle. and then say, okay, now I've done this, I can do it in a little bigger ways. And now I can do it when I get on the horse, and I can say, I've done this on the ground. I see how it works. I see how I got better at it. Now I can do it when I get on the horse. Now I can do it in my business. Now if you're in business, now I can do it in my life in other ways, in bigger ways, in my career, in my relationships, whatever it may be. But embracing the approach of struggle is really there for you to help you. The brain needs it to learn. You need it to really learn and grow. Everyone who has struggle, we all have struggle in our lives, but we're not all learning and growing. And that's because when we're resistant to struggle and think negatively about it, that, it's just like, oh, life is terrible. Why is this happening to me? Yada, yada, yada. Then we get stuck and we don't grow. We stay in place. We get afraid of it. We back away from it, whatever it may be. But if we struggle and go, yeah, here's my opportunity to learn, here's my chance, then then the brain grows, then things improve, then you lay down this groundwork of more knowledge and more growth. So think about that and put it to work. Put to work. And if you want to learn a little more about it, Joe Bowler has a book called Limitless Mind. It's a great book to learn about how she approached. She's a Stanford professor, and how she, approaches the idea of struggle and how to, encourage people to embrace it and learn from struggle and stuff. So it's a great book, if you want something to look at. And then if you want to go deeper, maybe need some help, support through changing your mindset around struggle or any other issues you may have in your business or your riding, feel free to reach out to me and we can work on, setting up some one-on-one coaching and work through some of the issues. And I can support you in learning how to embrace your struggles instead of fighting them and getting discouraged about them. So, and on that note, I wish you a wonderful day, and I will be back soon. Take care.